as happy individuals leading meaningful lives, right? So this is what has led us towards this topic today. As adults, as teachers, as parents, we have a great role in shaping the lives of children, to help them lead meaningful lives. For this, it is important for us to find meaning in happiness. We have to know how to have that balance to lead that lives ourselves. And that is why today we have chosen this topic on finding joy in little things, in really, really small things. And this year, the pandemic has brought a lot of stress and anxiety in all of us. And I'm sure that is something that we have unknowingly shown towards our children as well. So we have to learn how to balance this in a better way so that we can help our children also lead more meaningful lives. Our speaker today is Mrs.Dechan Dolma. It is with great pleasure that I invite her today to be our speaker. I don't know how I can introduce her. She is a very considerate, compassionate individual who has always kept not only her needs but understood other people's needs around her. She's one person who makes me think, at times, what would Dolma do in this situation? As a friend, she has mentored not just many of us here know her personally, but also families she has helped. As a special educator, she has helped many families, many parents, many children. As a professional, she is very, very dedicated to her profession. I'll give you an example of a simple instance that Dolma has shown her way of being. We were on the road and we saw a man pushing a vehicle. He was, I think, on a two-wheeler, and he was pushing a vehicle and walking. And we all saw him going by, and we just sat just watching him. But Dolma was not like that. She saw him and then she told us, wait. She went over to that man and she asked him what happened. And he said that he didn't have petrol in his bike. So she told him, come sit. And then he sat with us in the shade and she pushed his bike. She took him to fill. She put petrol and she came back. So, and this man was just so surprised. He was just sitting there. He was just so stunned that there was someone whom he didn't know on the road who was just there to help him. And after that situation, I remember asking Dolma, so why did you help him? He was fine. He was just pushing his vehicle. He was going. And then she said, why not? If it was my father, if it was my brother, my uncle, I would have happy to help them. I would have been happy if there was someone else to help them. It's a hot day. He was tired and I wanted to help him. This is something that not many of us do, but Dolma does it, and it is a simple thing, but that's the way that she shows all of us to be better individuals ourselves. So over to you, Dolma. Thank you for giving us this time, and please help us to find better meaning in small things like this.
Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you for inviting me, first of all, and good morning, everyone. Today we are going to talk about finding meaningful life, happy and meaningful life. And then we are going to talk about how to overcome the pain and suffering, and then how to be a positive, be positive. It's not like, we have to, all the topics are interlinked. So I'm not going to do point by point by point, because I'll be going to talk, I'm going to talk, because the topic is interlinked. So I will be talking, where it is important, so what we can do. So first of all, happiness is something which everybody wants to have, like in every living beings have desire to be happy, have a happy life. So what is happy life? When we question ourselves, we don't know, like, sometimes we think that for a small reason we be happy, but can that be a permanent happy? Can that going to be a permanent happiness? So happiness is an inner value, which, it's an inner feeling which we get it usually. Suppose it's like, when we don't see a friend for a long time, certainly we get to see that person, then we feel happy. It's like, in a, when you are very happy to see that person, then you just give a expression of hugging the person or saying hi. So then that's it. At that moment you are happy for that time. So then afterwards, what is the, is it a long lasting happiness? Because anyway the friend is initially going to move somewhere else, like going to go off. Then we can have then what will happen, every human, like when we get up in the morning, like in our daily life, see, as soon as we get up in the morning, most probably people doesn't think, like we don't take ourselves time. Suppose as a housewife or somebody, she gets up early in the morning, the only thing she is worried about is she has to finish her chore, she has to finish cooking, so that by the time her husband or her kids go to school, or her husband go to office, she has to finish their tiffin box and all. So it's not like, okay, what are the things she should do? But she will not, the person will not think. Even the husband gets up in the morning, he just get up, he just brush, have a tea or coffee, then take a newspaper. We don't think, we don't take time out, like, okay, this morning we got up, with the alive, we are happy that we are alive. So those things we don't think usually. So I feel it's very important, once we, as soon as we get up, we should be thankful that we are alive. There are so many people doesn't have that opportunity. We have a roof above us, we have a warm clothes to wear. All these things are things which will be happy. It's like, externally we are, materialistically we are happy for that. But we should be happy that we have given a life which can, use in a protective way. So every morning when you get up, maybe it's good, I think it's a good thing to just give a 5 minutes for yourself, think about it. What is good for yourself, what is, if you do something, is it going to help somebody else? So all these things we can be a, we can use in our routine daily life. And then secondly, the happiness is something which, like, we people will, each and everybody has a meaning for their happy life. It's not that one person has, okay, my happiness is not, maybe it's a different for you, your side of view, what is your happiness. So for me, I feel it's like happiness is something which is, can be part in two ways, like, materialistic life and a mental level of happiness. So it's, if a person who gives so much about material, it's making you happy with the material value. Suppose you have a, it's like, your material value means like, beautiful, if something which will make you feel happy when you look at something beautiful. Or if I'm like, if I'm a self-centered person, I should look beautiful, I should wear a good clothes, I should have a car, I should have a big house. Is this going to make you happy for long life? I feel it's like, you have instant happiness. Is like when you have a lots of money, this is an instant happiness, but is it going to last longer? When you become, if you want to be a beautiful woman, you are very beautiful, but it's not going to last long, because once you become old, you are going to be, you're going to be, uh, you will not have the beauty when you are age. But when you are, inner beauty is always there with you. It's like, which we can shape. If people who are, though people who have each and everything, they have all the things in their life, but they have lots of anxiety in their life, they have lots of stress. So if you have lots of anxiety, then you reduce your immune system, you will have a shorter life. And if you have anxiety, you get easily very angry. So even though you have everything, if you have this angry, if you are very angry person, if you are very jealousy about anything, so those are things which will not make you happy, because it's going to destroy you, it's like, you don't realize uh, at the moment uh, you have everything in your life, but if you are not healthy, if you are not innerly, if you are internally not healthy, you are going to lose it, because you are always be angry. If you are angry, you will talk anything what comes in your from your mind, you will talk, just you will not think that is it going to hurt anybody else. If you are anxious and all, which will make you more angry, which is very easy to make you angry in that, so you don't realize what is the causes of that, so I hope everybody is understand. If I'm going, I hope I'm not going too fast. So what we say that, so these are the material value, which is like beauty, taste, good food. I could eat good food. Yeah, if I could eat good food, okay, then this food, when I'm eating, the taste is good, but this is just when we are eating it, it's not going to last till we this thing, it will not last. So maybe, if you are having a, but it doesn't mean that at this short moments you'll be very happy to have that good food. But what will happen, maybe if you have a, if even though if you are very having everything, you are eating a good food, you are having everything, but if you are mentally, you are not happy, mentally you are an angry person, if you are a jealous person, this is not going to make you happy, because you are just at the moment you are eating the good food, but it's not that your process when you are angry, your mind will be processed about all those things. So what I feel is that, uh, the inner health, inner level of happiness is something which you value. Inner value is a value which you practice daily. Like, it's really difficult, like maybe when you one day or 2 day, it won't happen, it take lots of time to make it happen. So in, if you reduce your anger, if you reduce your jealousy, then how do you reduce it? Maybe when you observe your life, during the life, during some situation, if you think about it, if you analyzed it, then you will know the real cause of it. Maybe sometimes it's a very silly thing which we will make get angry, but is it worth to get angry on that and make yourself unhealthy and unhappy? On the top of things, you are making the other person also unhappy. So that is not a thing which we needed in the life right now, right? So maybe we can reduce it by thinking up before at that moment, maybe you get angry. It's not like, you can practice it like just now. It's not like one time, two time you can practice it. Maybe after this, once you cool down, your anger is cooled down, maybe you can think about it, analyze it. Is it really worth it? Okay, did I, at that moment, did I do the correct thing? So maybe the same situation will come another time. So what you have to do is that maybe you'll think about, maybe, okay, slowly you will like, okay, these things happened before, so maybe I should, you can reduce that level of the anger. So slowly you can reduce your level of anger by analyzing it. Once you get angry, maybe you can, the next time when you are angry, you can think about it again, then, oh, that time I reacted like that, maybe I should think it before I said something, maybe I should think about it. Then for the overcoming the pain and sufferings, which is very, our purpose of life, purpose of life is to have a joyful and happy human life. So basically, when we were born, from the beginning. Scientifically, they have said that basic human nature is born with a compassion, kindness, because those are more, when the mother itself is a very kind. When you are born from the mother's thing, first what you get is mother's warmth, so the first thing what you get is the warmth, kindness. So initially the basic nature the child will get is the warmth and kindness. The child is kindness. Child is human nature. It is a kindness thing is there in that. But later what will happen when the child grow up, because of the, maybe because of the society, maybe because of the nature of the house, how you are live in a, how you live in a house, how the parents react. I think it's very important, before teaching your kids about value of the, to be happy. It's very important, you should be a happy person, you should be a kind person. So that is how you can, input your child to have a better life, better value in their life. So because we say that child should be happy, child should learn value, if you yourself doesn't practice it, then child is going to learn from you. At the end the child is going to look at you and see what you do. The same thing, the child is going to practice what you have done. So I think first is ourselves, we should, make changes ourselves, so that the kids will also have a better life. So then it's like, future is unknown. So I have made some points. So what is that? Future is unknown. Everybody is scared how the future will be. With the scare of mind, then you do so many things. Okay, I should do this. You will think I should work very hard. I should educate myself. I should have a very good career. But what will happen? In search of those things, you forget to have a happy life. What really makes you happy? You don't think about that. You want to achieve your things, goals. You need more money, you want more money, but you forget to see what you need, your family, what is the happy for the other family. You may be thinking that, oh, for my family's happiness I'm doing all these things, but uh, at the end sometimes you lose your moral ethic. So which will be like, then you lose your family time. So which really makes, actually, the maybe the some parents works really hard, they are not have time for their kids, because for them actually you are doing it for your child. But the thing is that, the child, what child need is you to be with them, you to give some time for the child. So I think in a busy life, it's good to have take out some time for your child, talk to them, so listen to them, so that the child be also feel very protective. Oh, you are protected. So that is also, oh, he will feel warmed. Okay, at least the parents are there for me. So all these things are also very important. So, and another thing is that, what makes us unhappy, I'll not talk about what makes us unhappy. What can make us happy is that, understand, lack of, understand each other better, understand the family's need better. So adjustment in your life. Suppose, it's really tough, to do those things, and maybe it's easy to talk, but sometimes I practice that, which is, it's good. There are people who talk so much bad about you. There are people who will be saying like, okay, this. But what I think is that those people who tells that's what my mom taught me actually. My mom used to say, uh, people whoever says bad thing about you, whoever talk bad about you, just forgive them. Just forgive them, or just don't listen to them what they are saying. Those people who says that themselves are pointing if say something bad about me, that shows that that person doesn't have a good intention. So you don't have to feel bad about it. The forgiveness is very important, which will make you happy. You forgive that person who will say bad about you. So what will happen? You don't have to carry that burden on you. You are just okay. Let them tell what's there. I have my family. I have every support which I have. I have to be happy for what I have now. So those things are very important. So that's just something which we should, understand. Maybe that person, whoever say bad about you, maybe that person must be going through a tough time. Let them talk about it. It's okay. It's not going to, they are talking about you. It's not going to harm you. So let it be. And adjustment, very, very, very important adjustment. But I'm not saying that one person should adjust for each, but I think it's very important for the family, not only family, even in the husband and wife in between. So many things can happen. If you don't have adjustment, then you are not going to have a good life. I think the adjustment is, for me, it is. I came from a group home. It's like we have a school where boarding school. So we have like almost 40 children in one hostel. So it's like we were taught to adjust. It's like um. So it's I should say them to mute because it's disturbing me. Thank you. So when you are in a group home, you have to adjust anywhere. It's like you cannot have. So there are so many. So at that time, we used to think, uh, it will be nice if I have this myself. But we in our group home, the foster parents used to say, here there is no rich and poor, everybody is equal in this home. So you have to adjust. It's not that even though my aunts and all are there also, they used to give me something like, when you are taking bath, you are I used to have sponge and all. But the foster parents say, the other doesn't mean that you should show off or something. Everybody should be equal. So if it's good, they will not just take and all, they will say it's good if you don't use this, because other kids may feel sad. So that doesn't make you to force to do something. That makes you think and analyze. The kids itself analyze, oh yeah, that is not correct to use that. Wife or as a husband, maybe if we think, or maybe he's telling it for our own good, so that doesn't make you much mad about him, that doesn't make you sad about it. So if you think it in a happy way, if you think it in a good way, then I don't think there will be lots of um, angry, lots of um, unhappy, lots of fights, and lots of divorce. I don't think all these things will reduce, if you have, because you wanted to commit with this relationship. So I think it's you have to continue with it, no matter, like if it's a becoming really bad situation, then maybe you can you know talk to the family. If it's not, then the best thing, if you are not if that makes you unhappy with that relationship, not based on some silly things, maybe if it's based on something which is very, like if it's becoming a physical, if it's becoming it's not good for you and the other both side, then it's okay to you know move. But if it's a for a small reason, if you fight, if you don't understand each other, then I don't think it will lead to a happy life, so this is the one important part. And then for the what I feel is that being I'm not like being a human being, we make lots of mistakes. But if we learn from our mistakes, like suppose we do something stupid, like okay, you fight with somebody without knowing what is really, you just fight with your friend for a small reason. But I feel that after fighting, it's very important to resolve it. And if whether if it's your mistake or whether if it is other person's mistake, the forgiveness is the thing which is very important. If you can forgive somebody, then it is good for yourself. You'll be happy, okay, you don't have to care, like feel like this thing happened, this whole thing happened, then you don't have to think bad about that person. Okay, it's happened, so let it be. Why we have to carry it with us? And then the other thing is, I wanted to tell is that, sorry, just stay, staying positive. uh, for staying positive, I think the most important thing our life is warm-heartedness. What is warm-heartedness? Warm-heartedness is something which we can, you know uh, being kind to somebody, you know never harm other, no matter what, even it's your enemy. If you don't harm them, there will be no enemies. Then even though you don't, sometimes what will happen, some people out of jealousy, if somebody has something, you get jealous, you don't feel happy. There is no point. If that person is having that, he's happy, leave it him. You also be fine, don't be feel sad, don't be feel bad about it. At least try to feel, if you don't, at least feel yourself, okay, it's okay, maybe it's fine with that's his luck. If you can at least feel happy or wish them, that person happy. So uh, those things are very, I think it's difficult to do. But I don't think uh, it's not impossible to do. If we try in our life, once, twice daily, then I think it's we can achieve those things. But the main thing is that don't harm other person. Whether you are way, if you are harming the harming itself is a very negative thing you are doing, which how can you have a positive output out of that? the That is like, action and the cause. Whatever you suppose, if you like something very fruits, which I have told before, if you like a mango fruits so much, if you're going to plant it, apple seed in that, you are not going to get mango out of that, you are going to get an apple, right? Or something. So at the same thing, like, if you are doing something bad or something harmful to other person, the outcome will not be good for you yourself. It is anyway, if people who are doing the crime, they are not going to get away with that. If somebody is killing somebody, at the end, who is going to suffer? The person who committed it. So action always have this causes, which is uh, so that's why in day-to-day life, we have to, what, no matter what, I think we should think before what you do something, going to do something, so that the consequence should be not bad. And then there is this, for us, one very important thing in the life, for the parents and the teachers, I feel, earlier in our childhood and all those things, I feel I got a very good teacher, for some very good parents, and then definitely teachers and the foster care parents. they taught me what I am is really what I have seen in them most of the time. In my see in the house, my parents, my mom and dad, I have never spoke back to them, even after, like, why? Because I have seen my parents doing the same thing to their parents. My grandfather used to, if they scold them also, maybe it's like a, my mom never spoke back. My mom used to do whatever my grandfather tells. She tells me that whenever the elder tells something, it is out of love or it is out of good for you, so you should not talk back. And I have seen all in my life, all my family, I've seen how they treated their mothers, how they treated their grandparents. So that made me maybe what I am right now, because I respect elderly people. I when some elderly people going through something, I feel sad. I cannot take it. I cannot see it just leaving it like that. I have to react on that, whether they are my grandparents or not. That makes me a little bit, when I see suffering, I feel, when other people see something going on, I also feel the same thing. So that my mom used to say, even your teacher, even everybody tells, you should not talk back, you should listen to them because they are telling you a good thing. So my mom even sometimes used to say, if somebody is telling, elderly people are scolding you or something, you should say okay, okay, and smile at them. But sometimes it's turned out that it makes them more angry when I'm smiling at them. No, they will be like, oh, this girl is getting, this girl is not even serious about what I'm telling, and then I get more of it. But sometimes it's like whenever elderly people scolds or something, I used to say, okay, I'll smile, okay, sorry, I did wrong. I like that I used to say. But sometimes it's turned out a different way. But still, I think it's very important for each and every person to respect the elder person. Respect. If you are, if in your house, if you are respect to your parents, definitely your child will respect you. Because they are seeing you. So if you are doing something good, the child will do. And um, if I say, like, helping people, other people, because my mom and dad used to help out other people a lot, so I used to see all these things. So it's like an instant thing. I feel, okay, I should help the person. So I feel if I do the same thing, my daughter will definitely learn from me something good. So sometimes even we had, like, in the family, some things will, anyway, they, in each and every family will have some or the other issues. But if you see it in if you think, okay, these are things which will, you can settle in within the family without any, fight, by talking to what really you feel, instead of feeling sad, instead of feeling angry. If you talk to the person what really makes you feel that way, what is the um shall I say, okay, I'll give an example. In a family, if there are dispute, so many disputes are happening because of the property, first of all. And I then if you sit down and talk to, really what is it, you can, conflict can be resolved within the family, with the elderly person, which has knowledge, and sit down instead of going to uh, instead of fighting and making it an ugly thing. You can do it within the family by talking, in, sit and talk. So I feel it's very important. That will have a happy and harmony in your family. Nowadays what is happening is that what makes us, will make us happy is if we concentrate more on what we need, instead of what we want, because there are so much things we want. uh, Sometimes it will think, sometimes what will happen is that we will forget what we really need in our life. It's like we want house, we want car, we want good clothes, we want this thing. But what really we need is, you need a place to stay, which will have a good which you are what you need is your family's support. What you need is your uh, uh, there are so many things which we don't need, like, if you have what we need is that if you have each other's love, then that is also enough, maybe enough. But maybe in this world right now, so much of competition, so much of things which we really want. People will say I want that. Most of the time people talks about what we want, but they doesn't see what we need. So I feel I think if you concentrate on what you need, then you will have a happier life than what life than now. I feel, I'm not saying that everyone is unhappy or something, but we will have a better life or happier life, I feel that way. And there is one what I another thing is that no matter what other people say, that I think we should help when we see somebody in need of help. I feel no matter what, we should help them. Sometimes you may go, out of your way and help. It doesn't matter, because if sometimes what will happen is that people will say, oh, they are simply they'll cheat you like this, and then uh, simply they are cheating like that. We never know what's really happening to that other person is going through. So I think that it's really important for you to help, no matter whether they are cheating you, or whether they are taking advantage of you. uh, when they need help, I think we should help that person. Whoever it may be, we should help that person. Recently, one of my Miss Aishwar was saying that, uh, sometimes what will happen is that, okay, we will think that if we help somebody, they will take advantage of that. If we try to understand, okay, they will do that, then they will not realize that we are helping that. So they are taking advantage of what we are what we are doing. So I told her that maybe it's like something like, in the movie, this Telugu movie, that there is a one dialogue. That guy, somebody will come and take ask money from his, I think his colleague, his worker will come and ask money from him. So what he does, that he will give money to him. He'll say that my wife or somebody is not well, so I need money. So he'll give the money. After going out, he will say that, okay, I got the drink money, we'll have party. Then his son will hear, and then he'll tell to his father, see, your workers are doing like that, why are you helping them like that? Then I think it's Prakash Raj or something, he will say that dialogue like, see, when there is a time that wolf and sheep, the son will say, father, the s- say like, wolf is coming. Then the father will go once, and the wolf was not there. Then second time he will say wolf and wolf, then the father will go, it's not there. Third time also, when he calls, then the father will not go. So what will happen, the son will die. So he will say, even though how many times he say lie like that, if he has gone, the son would have been alive. So through that way, he said that maybe he may be saying lie right now, and I'm helping them. But anytime, if really emergency time, if you don't give means, then it will be again, the person can suffer, no? So you should give, like that he was telling. So I liked that that part of dialogue. So I think even I feel the same thing. How many times people take say help, if it's in my hand, I definitely will help. So no matter what, I will, it will, because it will make you happy. If I able to help somebody, it makes me happy. So what will, so that is also one thing which is um, very important for each and every person to do that, I'm not saying that everybody has their own have to do, but each and everybody has their own life of living, but in a anyway, in a small way, not in a money or not in any materialistic, but maybe a small support for other person. If you can give, I think it's very important. We should do that. If you started doing that, whether the other person realize or not realize, it doesn't matter. It will make you happy, and then maybe one time, if that person can also do the same thing to other person, right? So that also will, we can promote happiness in the life, I feel. And then lastly, I wanted to tell that kindness is very, I feel it's very important in anybody's life. Being kind is, it's very difficult to be practicing that is very difficult. But maybe in a small, we started doing it slowly. At the end, we will have a better and happier life. And love everybody, and forgive whatever, whoever has done something wrong, or whoever have hurt you. And then self discipline is also very important, because maybe you doesn't know sometimes what you are doing. So um, I feel then that that itself will make us happy, I feel like that. So I hope everybody got something what I have, like, maybe with this um, message, hopefully everybody has find something which you need to do. So with that, I will conclude my session. Thank you so much for listening to me, and please, no matter what, be happy, and help other people, be kind. Don't matter if anybody is saying bad thing about you or saying anything, but you be kind. As long as you are kind, as long as you are forgive the other person, no matter what, you will be happy, I feel. Thank you so much.
Thank you all very much. Thank you so much, Mrs. Dolma, for the talk. It was very enlightening, and I hope you all enjoyed. Uh, if you have any questions, Madam is willing to take questions, or you can even email us. We will be sending a feedback form also. So if you wish to connect with our speaker in future, you can do that as well. Any questions, anybody? Okay, you can unmute yourself. Yes.
Hi, I'm Sini from Trivandrum, Kerala. Hi, Dolma and Aishu.
Hi.
So happy to
Hello.
hear from you all. I'm just curious. It was such an amazing session, and I don't know, like such a sweet person and very hearty words. I would curious, like she was in between mentioning about some story regarding jam when she was
Yeah.
in hostel. So I
And
think
then
that
it's
time I
well
just
cut. Okay, no,
yeah, the connection. So I'm
no,
curious to know.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
if you
like
can
this,
continue.
when
Uh,
when one person, obviously most of the people are often, so they don't
okay.
have much of
Yeah.
money and all. So there
Mm,
are
mm,
few of us who has family, who has money, and all those few of us, like then what will happen during the breakfast? We will have jam and all. So there are people who are some people are very stingy. They never used to share. They used to just bring one spoon and come and they'll have. So what will happen?
Okay.
So whenever I used to have, because I think it makes me happy also when everybody eats. So what I do, I just take out the jam bottle. I'll take one for myself, and then I used to pass everybody. So that will last only for one day. No, there are 40 of us. So that's what my parents used to say. Sharing is also very important in life. It's not that only you eat that is making you happy, or when you feed somebody else with your this thing also makes other happy. So when other are happy, after some time obviously you will be also happy. So we used to share. So, and even the house, we'll have those foster parents, no, they used to say you should share, each and everybody should share. But there are some people who are a little bit elder than us, who are staying with us, they never used to share. So I'm saying sharing is also important in life. you know not only keeping for yourself, not only just for you should be happy. That is like a self-centered person. When you are self-centered person, you will have more anxiety, you will have more worry. Oh, is it going to last longer for me or not? Then that is making you unhappy. It's not making you this one. It will not make you happy. Then if you have to hide the jam bottle somewhere and you have to constantly worry, I hid it there, whether anybody is going to take it from there or not. So why you have to keep that? You just, at that time you just share with everybody and finish it. Then you don't have worry to think that whether that jam is going to last longer or not, whether that somebody is
Exactly.
going to steal it or not. So all this, that's what I was. Anyway, it's gone cut that time, so
Yeah.
I couldn't talk. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much, Dolu. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I can hear you.
Yes, thank you everybody for joining us. So until next time, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram for our future events and webinars. Please fill in the feedback forms which we'll be sending you so that you can connect with us and with our speaker as well. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.